Hey, it's Jason here again, and today I'm sharing with you another amp model from my Pod HD500. Now this one is modeled after the ENGL FBALL amp, and I believe line 6 calls it something like the ENGL FBALL, something like that. But anyway, this is a track that I wrote and recorded called Redemption, and of course it's metal. Metal! Dun, dun, dun. I want to go ahead and play that for you now, and after the song I'll share some of the details and settings. Enjoy! Glad to see you back. Hope you enjoyed the tune Redemption. Redemption! Dun, dun, dun. I just wanted to briefly share with you some of the settings that I use to get this tone. Another thing, you can go to Line 6's website and you can download my tones. I have them up there on their custom tones. My username is Uncle Jason. So if you go there and look up my username and all that good stuff, you'll find my ENGL amp model tones there. So you can do that. I will try to get them on my own website, jasonstallworth.com. I'll try to put them up there at some point as well. But just briefly want to go over the settings and how I got this tone. It's very basic. The amp itself, you know, I've got the mid cut down a little, got a little bass in there. You don't need much bass with this amp because the cabinet is already really bassy. And I'm just using the cabinet that Line 6 recommends to use with this ENGL amp model. I've got my treble cut up probably to about 70%. My presence I turned down on this amp, and the reason I turned the presence down is because I'm using the Shure 57, the SM57 mic model, and you tend to get a little bit brighter tone with that, but if you cut the presence down, it darkens up the tone a bit. So that's the main features of the amp itself. As far as effects, I'm using a tube compressor. I'm also using a parametric EQ, which kind of cleans up the sound, and I'm using the Tube Screamer distortion box model. I only have that. I only have that at about 20% gain. You don't need a lot of gain. You could probably get by with 0%. And in fact, the gain on the actual amp is only at 40%. This amp model kicks out a lot of saturation, but with those little elements tied to it, it's a really clean sound. So clean as in tight, not as in clean. But anyway, so that's basically it. It's a very simple setup. Now, I always hard pan my tracks. I've got one hard pan left, one hard pan right. So I've got two rhythm tracks. And in one rhythm track, again, I'm using the SM57 mic model on both amps, but one of the tracks I have it off axis, which even gives you a little bit darker tone, which I like. And on the other side, I have it on axis, a little bit brighter tone. However, those two tones together in the mix, they really complement each other. And to me, again, it sounds great. So my lead tone is pretty much the same thing. I add a little bit more mids to that, and I'm using the off axis, the SM57 mic model off axis, and I'm also always use a little bit of delay on my leads. So that's pretty much it. Pretty simple, but again, you can go to Line 6's site, look for username Uncle Jason, and you can download them there. Shoot me a message with any questions. If I can be of help in any way, as always, I'll always answer your questions and help out the best I can. Until next time, bye-bye.